All right, you are welcome back. So we are going to, work with the last load, which we have the live load due to the swimmers. So to do that, I am going to make two assumptions. The first assumption I'm going to make is that I'm going to assume that the average weight of the people swimming in the swimming pool is 50 kilogram. Okay, so I'm going to make that assumption that their average weight is 50 kilogram, and also I'm going to assume that the maximum people that can be swimming at a time is 10 people. Okay, so this actually depends on the kind of swimming pool you are designing. If you are designing a commercial swimming pool, then you can be having a very, maybe you can be having more than 10. Okay, but if it's just a family swimming pool, probably you can't even have up to that. So that's why I'm using 10 for now. Alright, so I am going to assume that the weight of each people is 50 kilogram. Okay, so I have to multiply by 9.81. That is acceleration due to gravity, so that I can convert to Newton. So that will give me 490.5 Newton. Let me divide by 1000 so I can take that to kilonewton. Okay, so that's 0.4905 kilonewton, that's per meter squared. Okay, and then I'm assuming that 10 people are swimming at a time, so that has to be multiplied by 10, and that will give me 4.905 kilonewton per meter squared. So I'll be assuming this is 5. Let me round it up to 5, so that's 5 kilonewton per meter squared. That's going to be the load of 10 swimmers at the same time. Okay, so you go to live load to swimmers, then let's click on add. Then you can go to plate load. Everything has to be a plate load because we are working with plates. I'll be using a pressure on full load because it's not an hydrostatic load now. It is a load due to human. So this time around I will add two loads. So I will add one which will be positive. I also add one which will be negative. So for this, let me add 5, which is positive first. Then click on add. I'll also add another one which will be negative. Then click on add. So depending on the on the orientation, I will know which one to assign the positive and negative to. Alright, so let me start by assigning this. So this one, let me assign to the positive ones. I know this one is positive. I know this one is also positive. So let me select them. Let me go to front view. Then I can select this one. Yeah, I just selected that one. So click this and then assign the selected plates. Assign. Yes. So that's for the positive. So I know how that is assigned. You can see it is assigned inside, not outside. If you zoom in properly, you see that the load is applied. So let me try to use the okay, so if you see that the load is applied inside, you can see it is applied towards the wall and not from the outside. So that is the essential of the the negative and on the positive. So I'm just trying to play to play safe, so I don't add it in the wrong direction. Okay, so this other one here is also positive. So let me do for the next one. So I'll be picking this one. This one is also positive. This plate is also positive. So I will assign that. Assign to that plate. Assign. Yes. Okay, that's good. Then let's do for the negative ones. I'm not sure of the last plate, but I'll confirm. So let me put that in side view. Then I select. You can see this is very correct. So let me select this plate and then assign the negative one. You can see the direction at which it is assigning. Okay, so that is very good. Then let's go to front view. Then click on this and then you assign this one. You can see. Let me try to check. Let me stick my lock on this one. If it is negative or positive, let me use the negative instead of checking the orientation. You can see it is wrong. You can see it is wrong. So let me Ctrl Z. Okay, so I'll have to Ctrl Z. So that means I have to use the positive one. So let me select it again. Yeah, that's because I didn't check the orientation. That's why I'm having that stuff. That's why. Okay, so add selected plates and then assign. Yes, so I have that now. So those are the load due to the people. So we can, let's move forward. We have more. We have the self weight. We've not assigned the self weight. So self weight should be assigned to view, since everything we have their self weights. So assign the self weight to view. So just as that. Then the dead load, the dead load is due to the tie. We also have to do the same thing just as we did for the people. So let's select the one which are the positive. Let me put this in front view. I think, yeah, this one is positive. This one is positive, so I'll be assigning this positive. Okay, although it is very small, but you can see the direction at which it is assigning. So it is from the inside. Okay, so this one is negative. This one is negative. So assign the negative one to it. Okay, and then the bottom is positive. We just confirm that. Positive. Assign to selected plates. Yes. Then let's do for the sides. So I'll go to side view. So this one is positive. So assign the positive one. Assign to view. Very great. And then this one is negative. So assign the negative one. Alright, so now we have all of the loads assigned. So we have the self weight, we have the load due to tie, we have the load due to water, and we have the load due to the people inside of it, and we have a combination for all of those. So the next thing now will be we need to analyze. So to do that, you can go to analysis and prints, and then you can click on add. We have several analyses. We have the non-linear analysis. You can see we have the the pushover analysis, we have the buckling analysis. So we have many analyses. So I'll just be using the perform analysis. So click on have I added? So click on add. Yeah, then you can close. So after you are done with that, make sure this is in ULS or any kind of the one you want to use, but I'm definitely using the combination. I'm combining all of them. So I'll be using the ULS to analyze. Then you go to analyze, then you say run analysis. No, let me close this. Alright, so that is done. You can see we have 0 errors, we have 0 warning, and we have 0 notes. So that is very perfect. Then you can go to post processing mode. Then let's see the results. Let me maximize. So the only result I want to check here is the plate stress. You can see is we have the plate stress and we have the torsion. You can also check the torsion if you wish. So you can just click on the control so that you can see the torsion. So you can see how the deformation looks like. So that is the deformation due to the water. You can see this plate want to move back, this want to move back, and this want to move back. So that is the deformation. So let me take it back. To do this, you can hold your control. Okay, so you can try to animate that too. So let's animate the deflection and click on OK. So when you look closely, you will see that it is moving. So the way the water is, it is an hydrostatic weight, so it will be trying to move like that. Okay, so that is the animation. So what else can I check? I can just check the plate stress. So you can use the ULS. So I'll be checking the maximum absolute stress. Okay, so let me check the maximum absolute stress, and then you can use the contour base, show display shape, and many things. You can have many things to do here. So you have the normal fill. Even the contour type, you can change that. You have the normal fill, you have an enhanced fill. So let's use the enhanced fill, then click on OK. So you can see how this looks like. Let me try to maximize this. So you can see that we have several colors. So this is based on how little you can see the color, and then you can see how the color are intertwined. So that's because of how much I have meshed it. Okay, so if I didn't mesh it properly, all of these I are seeing different color, everything will just be in maybe blue color. You understand? Everything will just be in blue color. If I use the 4 noded plate, there's 4 noded plate, which is this one. Okay, so the 400 plate will not mesh it, so when you are checking the results, everything will just be one color, so you'll not be able to determine the spots where you have the critical points. Okay, for example, you can see that you are seeing red at this point, at this bottom point like this. That okay, this point is more critical. Then as you go up, you can see here you have a brownish color. Then you can come here to check what the brownish color looks like. Okay, so you can see here you have about around 0.423 newton per mm squared. So you can know, even without any much stuff, that everything you have around there is about 0.423. But when you don't mesh it, it will be very difficult for you to give that kind of review. Okay, so this is the end of the analysis of the swimming pool. Okay, in the next video we'll be designing this using the RC designer. There's actually a designer here in Staad Pro, but it is not efficient enough to design anything that looks like a plate. So you can only design elements like column and beam. Even that might not work at times, so that is why I would like to use the RC designer. Okay, so watch out for the next video. Thanks for watching.